Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. I'm your host, Tobias Okerlund, here with my aunt, Auntie Katie. Welcome
Hello.
back to the Faith and Folklore Podcast, Episode 2.
Whoop, whoop.
Halloween, guys, we're doing it
We're
again.
doing it. Yeah,
Um,
part two.
Part 2 of the Halloween episodes. I don't know why I'm
Mm-hmm.
singing everything right now.
Because he has a good voice. It's fine.
Why, thank you.
Mhm.
I do make music. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he does.
I'm just start just talking. Okay. Yeah, guys. No. This is the second episode. Last episode we talked about the history of Halloween and just everything that goes into that, all the different um people, groups and festivals that kind of are all now entangled together as the Halloween we know and love. Or at least some of us love it. Some of us don't love it. Um yeah, so Katie, what are we going to be talking about in this episode?
Well, today or tonight, depending on when you're listening to this, we are in, like Toby said, part 2 of 3. And we've jumped ahead a few thousand years, and we're going to be kind of talking about more of the modern traditions that you might know, or your parents, or you might be celebrating you with your own kids. Um, the typical things: trick or treating, carving
Yeah.
pumpkins, um, candy corn, you know, the Halloween basics, I'd
Yeah.
say. Yeah, last episode, if you didn't listen to it, go back and listen to it because it's
Yes.
really the origin story of Halloween. Where did it
It's
come
yeah.
from?
It's a good
What's it
starting
all
point for
about?
all of this. Yeah.
Yeah. So do
It's
that.
yeah. You'll be a little bit confused if you don't.
Yeah, it's true. So it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth listening to us rant.
Yeah. It is
Do it.
it is worth the rant, guys. You
Yeah,
Mm.
we think so. So yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking about kind of more like the 1800s. Really, I mean, there's a few hundred years in there that there wasn't really much going on as far as Halloween.
Yeah.
Religion kind of pushed it to the side. Um, I would say in Europe, the Catholic religion kind of took over. In the Americas, over here, um, our country started out with Puritans, and they were very much anti-Halloween.
Yeah.
They wanted nothing to do with it. It was like, I think you could go to jail or something like that for partaking in any of the Halloween traditions. So they were pretty serious
Wow.
about not celebrating it.
Yeah.
So it kind of died off for a long while. And then as more immigrants started to come over from Europe and kind of brought some of their folklore, some of their stories, their traditions with them, there was a little bit of a Halloween revival.
Okay.
And then America kind of took its, um, I don't know, made its mark on it, did its own little twist.
Hmm.
So a lot of what we're talking about today, I guess, will probably be more from an American point of view on it.
Mhm.
Um, but I think a lot of countries at this point are trick or treating and doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so here we are in the 1800s, 1900s, getting back into Halloween. Um, we're influenced by the Irish, Scottish immigrants, Celtic um, nations that have moved here. They brought over some of their fun stuff, like carving pumpkins, for example. So, I guess the first little side story I'll tell is the origin story of the jack o' lantern. It's kind of a
Okay.
longer story, but the Cliff Notes version of it is there was a guy named Jack Stingy. Wait, wow, should have wrote this down. This is just off the top of my head right now. I think it was
Jack
Stingy.
Stingy.
Jack Stingy. Something along those lines. Main point is that his first name was Jack. It's kind of all you need to know. So Jack was this dude in Ireland who met up with the devil, invited him for a drink.
Okay.
Apparently, the devil likes to go to pubs. So they went to a pub together, and Jack convinced him to pay for his beer by convinced the devil to turn into a coin so he could pay for his beer with it. And then he was like, haha, got you now, Mr. Devil. You're a little coin, and I'm going to just keep you in my pocket. Ha. So he did that. He kept the devil in the form of a coin for like a year, I want to say.
Okay.
And then I kind of don't remember why exactly. I think he might have needed to get out of another like predicament. He brought the devil back and was like, hey, help me out with this thing.
Okay.
And then they got into another thing and he tricked the devil again. He like had him climb up a tree to have him pick a piece of fruit. Apparently the devil is very accommodating in this story.
Devil's
Kind
an idiot.
Yeah, slash idiot. Accommodating idiot to
Hey,
Mr.
you should turn into a coin. Okay.
So he climbed up this tree, and again, Jack was like, haha, now I've got you. You're stuck in this tree, and I won't let you down. Oh, he carved a cross on the trunk of the tree. So the
Okay.
devil was stuck up there. So he was like, I won't help you down unless you don't bother me ever again. Because I guess the devil was meddlesome in his life.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. So he's like, don't bug me. And when I die, you like, you have to make it so that I won't go to hell, pretty much. So the devil was like, okay, fine. I won't bug you. And when you die, you're good to go. I won't make you come to hell. So
Okay.
eventually Jack dies. And God's like, ooh, you're not welcome here either, buddy. Sorry. And the devil's like, well, I'm a man of my word, and you're not welcome in hell either. And so Jack was left to wander the world, not alive and not dead, but kind of in purgatory,
wow.
but on earth.
Okay.
Purgatory. But what the devil did give him was an ember from hell, because he I don't know why, it was dark. He's wandering the world in the dark. So the
Okay.
devil was like, can't come here, but I got you, buddy. Here's this coal or this ember.
Okay.
And so Jack took a turnip and carved a little spot for the ember and stuck it in there, and then would walk the world till today. He's still hanging out, I guess,
Still trudging along.
in the Irish countryside with his turnip lantern of sorts. So
Okay.
that was the story that got told, the folklore story, the legend that was told.
Legend. Okay.
And from that turnip carving with the ember inside came the jack-o'-lantern.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So over
Okay.
there, they had more turnips or potatoes. So they'd either would do turnips or potatoes. Kind of in that time of, not even necessarily coinciding with Halloween, but just in the time of harvest, I guess, when they had more turnips and potatoes available to them to waste by carving.
Yeah.
So they would use turnips and potatoes. In England, I want to say they used radishes, which seems like you got some skill if you can carve.
Yeah, if you can carve a face. Wow, yeah.
Radish face.
Yeah.
Where here in the States, pumpkins are, we've got a lot of pumpkins. They grow easily.
Yeah.
They've been around in American soil for a long time. So we took the turnip idea, turned it into a pumpkin, loved it.
Yeah.
Thought it
Blew
was
up.
great, and blew up. Here we are today. I would say most people can't see a pumpkin without thinking of Halloween.
Yeah.
At this point.
Halloween or like just harvest time in
Harvest.
general. Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely.
Halloween, harvest.
That's
fall.
a really cool story of
Yeah.
the whole Jack origin story. Yeah, so I looked up his name. It is Jack Stingy or Stingy Jack. Yeah,
Stingy
that's
Jack.
such a
Yeah, stingy. I don't know.
very interesting.
And then the people that would see him wandering would be like, "Oh, that's Jack Of
Old
the
stingy
lantern,
Jack.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Jack with the lantern. We could make this a business idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jack with
that's
the lantern.
okay. So, and that's an Irish or
Yes,
a okay
Irish, specific,
Irish folklore. Okay.
to yeah, an Irish folklore, and it got brought over to the States when, there was a lot of immigration happening from all over Europe, and that story just kinda spread around, and like I said, it didn't necessarily have to do with Halloween, but they would do it around Halloween, so my
Hmm.
guess is, like, you'd be somewhere and you'd be like, "Whoa, what are they doing? That looks cool. I wanna do that. Those Irish people look like they're having fun,
Yeah.
so I wanna carve something," and then it just
Yeah.
kinda
Give me
took off.
that pumpkin.
"I wanna carve
Yeah.
a pumpkin."
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Cool.
yeah. So
Cool.
there's a
Very cool.
little, fact about the jack-o'-lantern,
Jack o'
um,
lantern origin story.
origin story. Um, Other than the pumpkin, I feel like the things that people really, when they think, "Oh, Halloween," the top of mind stuff is trick or treating,
Yeah.
possibly bobbing for apples, which we talked about that in the
Yeah.
previous episode. So,
Yes.
bobbing for apples has been around for thousands of years. It's a harvest Halloween thing. The
Yeah.
trick or treating, um, from what I've read and listened to, learned about, it was kind of a accumulation of traditions that morphed into one. It started with, as we talked about in the last episode, with Samhain, when they would dress up to protect themselves against the evil spirits. It
Mhm.
kind of morphed in with, sorry if you hear a lot of like background noise, kids happening.
Kids.
Sorry, everybody. Um, Morphed into All Souls Day, where kids would go door to door, asking for soul cakes and candy or money in return to pray for souls of that family who are in purgatory.
Yes.
And then there's even a more Christmas related holiday. I think it's from Cornwall
Okay.
or Wales,
Cornwall, England.
one of the two. I don't know. I can't remember, but from one of them where they did a very similar thing around the Christmas holiday. They
Hmm.
would carol for treats in essence, but same idea. They'd knock on the
Okay.
door, they'd be in costume of some sort,
Do a
they'd
little
sing a
sing
song,
song.
and they would get treats or ale or mulled wine or whatever it is. So that kind of tradition
Cool.
of like knocking for treats
Yeah.
has been
Just
around.
yeah, I mean, yeah. It's so many cultures do it. That's really
Hmm.
interesting. Okay.
Hmm.
Interesting.
And then I would say in the 1800s and early 1900s, the the tradition of the treats part kind of started to die away, and what became way more popular was the tricks.
The tricks,
So,
yeah.
like, when you read about Halloween in the 1800s and 1900s,
Mhm.
it's wild. Like, the things
Yeah,
that they would
crazy.
do, like, they put, like, entire wagons and livestock on roofs
Yeah,
and be
that's
like, "Ha ha ha, look now.
like
How you gonna
haha,
get that
oh,
town,
you're so funny.
sucker?
That's actually crazy
Happy
though.
Halloween."
That's
And,
like
like,
oh my gosh, that's
destructive,
crazy.
like, pretty
Yeah.
destructive
"Oh,
things,
you blew up my
actually.
house for Halloween, you
Yeah.
crazy guy.
You
Oh my
crazy
gosh."
kids. Yeah. I
Crazy kids.
I don't know what town it was
Uh,
in, but somewhere in America, there was a newspaper article from, like, the 1930s or something like that, that said that that night on Halloween, 600 windows were broken. Like,
wow.
that's
That's
destructive.
that's vandalism.
Vandalism. Yes. Well, I guess that's the perfect word. It kind of turned into a night of mayhem, vandalism, um, mostly done by boys, bored, rowdy boys.
Yeah, I mean,
So, what do you
that's
do?
how it be.
That's how it be.
If
You're
I
boring, bored,
if I was in that time, bruh, I would be breaking windows,
breaking
smashing.
windows and letting
Sounds like fun,
livestock
honestly.
out and just being crazy, really.
Yeah.
So in the 1950s, the President Truman tried to pass, I don't know if a law is really the right word, but uh, I don't know. He proposed to change Halloween into, what is it? Youth Honor Day, in hopes that that would eliminate some of the destructive behaviors that had started to be associated with Halloween. So he was like, "Hey, this is getting seriously out of hand.
This is getting
Like,
crazy.
this is getting crazy. Stuff's getting broken. People are dying. Like, it was getting messy." So he
Yeah.
was like, "Let's change Halloween to Youth Honor Day in hopes that that will fix the problem."
Okay.
It didn't obviously change. It's still Halloween,
Yeah.
but it kind of changed maybe some of the ways that people would celebrate the holiday. So it kind of, that was like a shift for it to kind of get back into like a little bit more of like a, hey, let's make this cute and fun again and not like smash cars.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's not blow up any more houses. How
Yeah,
about trick and treat?
let's trick and treat. I think candy started to become the industry of candy
Kind of
was
blew up
becoming a
more.
stronger thing at that point, so it was easier to be like, "Oh, well, here, let's hand out candy." Or money. I think money was still a popular thing, like coins,
Yeah.
um, to give,
They should
uh,
still hand out money, I
which,
swear.
yeah, would be
Come
nice.
on now.
Don't be Jack stingy.
Don't be yeah, don't be Jack stingy over here.
But yeah, oh, and I guess the only other, like, kind of fun factoid I'll throw in there is that one of the main ways they would celebrate the holiday of Samhain was to have these massive bonfires. And in Ireland,
Mhm.
specifically, that's still a really common way that they celebrate the holiday. Like, I think they trick or treat and do other stuff too, but the idea of giant family and friend bonfires where you just like everyone brings potluck food and you hang
Yeah.
out and listen to music and play music, and like that is more a part of their holiday than like your typical Halloween costume party, I guess. So
Yeah.
kind of cool. And the word bonfire came from bone fire because they would throw animal bones into the fire during the Samhain celebration. So
Okay.
it was a
Interesting.
bone slash wood, but bone fire. And then that's where we've
Interesting.
derived our word bonfire, which I didn't know
Yeah.
recently.
You learn new things every day, guys.
It's true. Listen
Very
to us
interesting.
and you'll
Yeah,
learn new things.
listen to our podcast and you'll learn some new things.
So, yeah, that's kind of a very brief, although still 18-minute summary of the more modern ways we celebrate Halloween. There's so
Mhm.
much interesting stuff. Like the Victorians had all these like weird, funny way
Yeah.
things they would do. There's so many layers to it. We could literally go on for hours, I think, on this
Mm.
subject, but
Mm.
that's what I've got for today. And now I'm gonna
Okay.
eat a candy corn. So
Gotta eat some candy corn. Speaking of candy corn, actually, the origins of candy corn, this is a really interesting fact, was the history of candy corn, according to legend. A Wonder Lee Candy Company employee named George what did we say?
Renninger, I want to say.
Renninger invented the confection. Sorry
Um,
guys, I'm dyslexic.
mm,
Invented the confection in the 1880s.
wow.
Uh
I didn't realize
yeah,
it was old.
started producing around the century and continued the tradition. It was originally called chicken feed. Um,
Oh, no, not
yeah,
down with that. This
yeah, yeah.
is a candy corn.
It is a
It's
candy
not a
corn.
chicken foot.
It's not chicken feed, bro. That's disgusting.
No, that's pretty.
It's weird.
I'm happy for you, George, though. Thank you. I would
Yeah,
like
thank you.
to
I would like to
um, personally.
personally, thank you
Thank
for the
you.
invention of candy corn.
It's the
Um,
best. A lot of
it's
our
literally
listeners have
amazing.
said they're team candy corn.
Yes. We've had
So,
more say team candy corn. So if you're not team candy corn, I'm sorry, but
yeah, sorry.
you just don't belong here. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Please stay.
Please.
Yeah, talking about the Victorian era,
Mhm.
you know the movie Meet Me in St. Louis?
Yes.
In that, they show how they celebrate Halloween, and they have the bonfires, and the
Mm,
kids dress up as, like,
mhm.
normal, like, that those are 2 kind of okay things, but then they also throw flour into the people's faces that they knock on the doors of.
See, they're wild. They're
There it was
wild.
weird, it was weird, and the
I'd be
only
so
thing
mad.
I would be yeah, I'd be pissed. I'd
I'd
just
be
be
like,
like, "Okay," like,
"No treats for you."
yeah, no treats. But the only thing that came up when I did more research on this is it says apparently in the 1900s there wasn't much to do for entertainment. That's all that comes up when I literally there's no, like, reason why they did it. They was just what they
They
did.
was like, "Well, they're bored. I don't
Yeah.
know." Like, the
Oh,
things they could get
well.
away with just for that
Yeah.
simple excuse, like,
I
well
guess I guess maybe though, like you said, like, how they were so crazy,
Mhm.
maybe that was part of kind of like the harm like, this is a harmless thing that we can do that still
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
leaves a mark, I guess, like, "Oh,
Mhm.
I'm throwing flour at somebody's face," but
Right.
then it's
But you're not
also
gonna
like,
get
you're
hurt.
not hurting anybody, yeah, unless they had a gluten
Yeah, you're
allergy.
not no one's gonna die.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, that would really kinda mess me up,
Yeah,
so if you're
just
listening to this, please don't show up at my
yeah,
house
don't show up at
and
Katie's
throw
house,
unless
it's
it's
like
gluten-free, like, are we talking almond
yeah, we
flour,
can do some almond flour, that's what we'll do. That'd be so
tapioca?
funny doing that in nowadays, like,
People
"Hey, what are
yeah,
you allergic to wheat?"
yeah.
"Yes, I am."
Okay,
"Okay, here's some
okay.
gluten-free flour."
Who has the tapioca flour? You okay,
Who's
come
got
on.
the tapio
Okay.
come on. We have a couple different flours here. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
gosh, that'd be
exactly.
so funny.
You need to be
Uh,
careful. We don't wanna,
yeah.
we're allergy friendly here.
Yeah. We're allergy friendly, now just let me
Yeah.
just I'll throw some flour at you, okay? Here's some tofu.
Yeah. That. Oh, yeah.
But
Oh
yeah,
my
guys, I think that's, like, all that we have for
mhm.
the kind of more modern stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Is there any, like, traditional thing that you've done that you love that's, like, your thing? You're like, "I love Halloween because
yeah, I think I love carving pumpkins. That's always the thing that really gets me into, like, the
the spirit."
spirit of, like,
Spirit.
Halloween and just
Woo.
spirit. Woo! No, yeah,
Yeah, just like
it's
the harvest season, like,
yeah,
it's
just
fall.
harvest in general, yeah, and then, like, just going to a pumpkin patch, just, like, pumpkins in general just kind of
Yeah. They're
get
so
me in the
happy.
mood.
They're
Yeah,
so cute.
I
Like,
love
they're
pumpkins.
just they're any size, small, big, green, white, like,
Yeah,
we love them.
we love pumpkins here.
We love pumpkins
Yeah,
here.
what else? Just kind of I mean, I always watch, um, Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, that's, like, a
Oh,
tradition at our house. We
yes.
always do that. Um, but yeah, that's, like, about it. I mean, the costumes are always fun. A
Mhm.
costume that I remember, for some reason, I have a super vivid memory of dressing up as Max from, Where the Wild Things Are. Like, that's just,
I
like, the
love
costume that I
that costume
remember, like,
too.
the most for some reason, I don't know.
Yeah, it
That's
was
really
super
cool.
cute.
Yeah,
That was a good one. When your mom was
it
like,
was a
"This
good
is what
one.
I'm gonna do," I was like, "Yes." I
Yes.
loved when you guys were all skunks.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
another
pretty.
one that I just, like, remember.
Mhm.
So funny, oh my
Anything
gosh.
in multiples. Do you know what you're gonna dress up as this year? Do you have
No,
any
I
idea?
was
No?
thinking I have, like, a couple ideas, but it's like I haven't done anything about it yet.
Yeah.
I was thinking, Johnny from, Karate Kid?
Yeah.
I was wearing a bandana and I was like, "Maybe I
You're
could
like,
do
"Mm,
that." Like
yeah,
and he lives
that'd be
here, he's kinda I met him one
fun.
time,
Yeah,
it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I like that.
What about you? What is something that gets you into the spirit?
Gosh, I'm that weirdo that's, like, doing Halloween things in June,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm kind of always in the spirit. I feel
That's
like
kinda true. You are just always
yeah.
you're always ready for some
I'm
Halloween.
always ready for it, which I think I actually, like, start to get some, like, anxiety starting in, like, I don't know, July, knowing that it's coming because 'cause I'm like, "Oh my god, like, it's coming and I'm so happy, but I know it's gonna go so fast." Like, it's just 1 month,
Yeah.
and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna wait for it again, so I get, like,
Yeah.
Halloween anxiety for,
Oh,
like,
man.
2 months, 3 months, and then once it comes, I'm like, "Oh, okay, like, you don't have to be such a weirdo about this, like,
Calm
calm
down, chill
down,
out.
yeah, like, chill here." But yeah, I don't know, I love it all.
Yeah.
I love I just love history in general, so anything that I can, like, just go deep
Yeah.
into the history of, I love, so many yeah, I don't know, movies, books,
Mm.
um, shows, the pumpkins, the costumes, the candy corn, I don't know if I really have a particular favorite thing about it. I think I like the fact that it is something that is so old, and yet it's a holiday that you can celebrate kinda how you want to celebrate it. Like, there's one in a way, there's, like, one way to celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
Halloween, you can get so crazy dressed up if that's your thing and go to a party. You can
That's
stay
true.
home and watch a scary movie. You can invite friends over and carve pumpkins. You can have a bonfire. You can like there's just so many
That's
unique
so true.
ways.
There's so many there's something for
I
everybody.
like that.
There's some like,
Yes.
especially as like, as a little kid, like,
Mhm.
you can do Halloween as a little kid, and you can do it as an adult,
Yes. And it
and
never loses the
kind of like
magic.
magic kind of thing,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's something that I've kind of realized throughout, like, just growing up is I was like, "Bro, when I'm gonna grow out of Halloween," but, like, you don't
Mhm.
really ever grow out of Halloween, you can kind of
Yeah.
always do it in some way. You can invite your friends
Yeah.
over
Mhm.
and, like, watch a spooky movie, you can just do all the things, but yeah,
Mhm. Go to a
that's
harvest
so
party.
true. Yeah,
Like, there's
carve
so many
pumpkins.
things to do
Yeah,
with
it's
it.
so
So
true.
I like it for that reason.
Yeah,
It can, like, adapt to anyone, any age,
yeah.
and it's still great. My Halloween this costume this year, uh, your Uncle Corey is to blame for.
What is it? What is
We
it?
the 6 of us, that live here where I live,
Yeah,
my friend, her husband, and then her brother and his wife, and then me and Corey, my husband. We all came up with a different group Halloween costume idea.
okay.
Mine was the Wizard of Oz. We had, like, Care Bears, we had Flintstones, we had, white wrappers
White
and,
rappers?
white
Oh,
wrap
that's good.
which was good, yeah, that was, Amanda's brother's idea. And like, TV commercial people, and then there was Corey's idea, and then we put it all in a thing, and someone pulled out, like, who put it in a hat, pulled out the
Oh,
winner.
yeah, yeah,
The
got
winner was Corey, and it's 90s wrestlers.
it. Oh my gosh.
So,
That's so good.
that's what I
Oh
get
my
to be.
gosh.
I'm
Corey
gonna
would do
be
that.
he would.
Oh
He was
my
so he was
gosh.
in shock,
I
actually,
can
that he
literally
won.
just picture Corey, like,
Yeah.
giggling and doing his
Oh,
little, like,
yeah.
giggling, like,
We were all like, oh,
oh,
we
oh,
oh,
no."
okay." So, yeah, if you feel bored later and you're listening to this, look up Macho Man. Macho Man.
Macho
That's gonna be
Man.
Corey, and I am
That's
the
amazing.
Undertaker, which, I mean, seems fitting, right?
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Hey, if you have to be a wrestler and it's Halloween, be the Undertaker,
might as
you
well
know?
be the Undertaker.
And then we've got Hulk Hogan going on,
Oh, yeah,
a couple other people, and
classic.
then Amanda's gonna be the referee guy, so that's what we're
Okay,
doing. That's our group costume this
that
year.
is funny. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So
Actually, now that I think about it, me and Jed were gonna do something. We've had like an idea to do like a costume together, but I don't remember what it is now.
well, you'll have to let us all know in the
Let
next
us all know in the next
episode,
episode.
number 3 of Halloween, which is going to be all about what Toby's gonna dress up as. No, I'm kidding. That'll be in there.
Yes, it'll be all about that. No,
All that.
it's gonna be the next episode is kind of gonna be it's gonna be more of the uh I guess the religious look at it all. We kind of already hit kind
Yeah.
of what we're gonna say, but we're just kind of gonna go back over some stuff. Maybe even dive deeper into just
Mhm.
demons in general and
Yeah.
how they can how um they're not what they seem to people and how they
Yeah.
seem in movies where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you do something like this and then boom, a demon like
Yeah. Is in
comes into
you
your
and
soul. Yeah.
screwed.
But yeah, we'll
Yeah.
talk about more of the faith stuff and
Yeah.
Christian stuff.
Yes. For sure. Like, what does the Bible have to say about it? Does it have
Yeah.
anything to say about it? What
Yeah,
did
does it
Jesus
have
think of
anything to say?
Halloween?
Yeah.
What do we um how do we handle the darker side of Halloween that some people are honestly into these days?
Yeah.
Um and then yeah, get into demons, get into some sacrifice stuff and get a little darker. And that'll
Yeah.
be um released right around Halloween, I think. So it'll
Yeah.
be a perfect way to kind of get into the spooky mood for
Get in that
Halloween.
spooky mood. Yeah.
And you can, if you're listening to this as a podcast, you can watch it if you want to see us on YouTube at
Yes.
Faith and Folklore, possibly with a podcast in there
Yeah.
in the title.
Just
Um,
look up Faith and Folklore,
yeah,
and if it doesn't come up, then look up the other one. We'll also
yeah,
have a link in our
yes,
Instagram, so it'll be
yes. So it'll be pretty
easier
easy
to
to, yeah.
get to
You can
it.
find us, yeah, on our Instagram, Faith and Folklore Podcast
Yes.
on Insta. And then if you are happening to watch us, lucky you.
Yeah.
But if you want to listen, if you started to watch this, you don't have time, whatever your situation is, and you'd rather listen, then we are on every podcast platform at
Yeah.
Faith and Folklore.
Anywhere you can get a podcast, we
Yep.
are there.
Tickling your ears.
Yeah, tickling your ear.
That's so
Yeah, we're just gonna
good.
say that actually at the end of everything. Well, thank you for letting us tickle your ears. We'll see you in the next one.
I'll see you in the next one.
Oh my
Bye.
gosh. Uh,
Oh my
okay.
goodness.
But yeah, guys. Yeah, thank you for letting us tickle your ears. I
Yeah.
hope you enjoyed, and if you did, leave us a like, subscribe, all the stuff.
Yeah.
It really helps
Okay.
get like the algorithm going and getting our stuff into the algorithm. Uh like do the 5-star thing on uh any podcast thing. I
Mhm.
think you can rate it and whatever. Then follow our Instagram, like we said, all the things, all the fun stuff.
Look,
And
guys,
yeah,
we'll take a picture for Insta. It's kind of
yeah,
like you're on it if you're listening. Yay.
there we go.
You're kind of
Um
on our Instagram now.
Yeah, now you guys are there, kind of a little bit.
And
But yeah, um, thank you for listening, guys, and
yeah,
we'll catch you in the next one.
see you
Yeah,
soon.
peace out.
Bye.
Bye. There we go. Okay.
Number 2.